pronounces her name Adele. Like, she came out and was talking about how to pronounce her name. And you don't say Adele. It's Adele.
Can I say Adele?
I don't know if she'll answer to that.
Can I make it short?
But do you think it has more to do with her dialect, like her British accent? That
Maybe.
English, like, Adele?
Oh, yeah, because of all the missiles and the aluminium that they have over there.
Right. Yes, exactly. They just don't know how to pronounce
And
things.
frustrated.
Frustrated.
They're frustrated with their name pronunciation.
That's an inflection thing.
Hello, last video store on the left. That's right. Yes, a video store. Yeah, man. I know. It's like watching Bob Ross. You turn your back for 1 second and you're completely lost. All right. Thanks. See you later.
Mayor!
Oh, what's going on, guys? How you doing today?
I'm surprised to see you this early.
Oh, you got to get up and get at 'em when you're the mayor. There's a lot going on.
You doing okay today?
Just, it's got a little frogs in my throat, and I'm not feeling too hot. It's the sidewalks, like, gives you cramps in your back sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. Well, what you got in the paper bag today?
Oh, my special bag, the mayor's special bag. In the bag today, I've got Santa's tropical vacation. That's what the man told me it was, and he gave me a crate of it. It's delicious. Santa's tropical vacation. It's 1.5 ounces of vodka, 2 ounces of guava nectar, and 2 ounces of cranberry ginger ale. It's delicious.
Yeah, it's something all right. I guess I was expecting something a little more tropical, right?
What are you talking about? It's guava's nectar's in there. It's tropical. It's sweet.
It is sweet.
It's sweet like you guys are sweet to me.
Oh, well, thanks, Mayor. That's nice. That is nice of you. I'm really glad that you share with us. Every time you come in, we get to taste something different.
I think that the cranberry ginger ale is sugar-free, which is really messing with my bowels. I'm going to use your bathroom.
All right, Mayor. We'll see you later. So anyway, I think it has definitely more to do with the dialect than it does with the actual sound of pronunciation. Is it like Tara and Tara or Laura and Lara?
I guess it just depends on the person. Like, I want it said this way. Deborah and Deborah.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Have you ever really met anyone named
Yes.
Deborah?
Fuck no.
A few, actually.
I knew this girl that her name was Debbie, and when people would call her Deborah, she would get real mad about it, and she would correct them and say, "No, my name is Debbie."
She's like, I didn't do all of Dallas to be called Dallas.
You think she would have earned her full name after doing all of Dallas? Good morning,
Hey,
sir.
how are you?
Hi, good morning.
Welcome to the last video store on the left.
Thank you. It's good to be here. It's interesting. I saw the light, and I was drawn to this place.
Cool. So are we. That's where we stay all the time.
Yeah, it's the light, like moths.
It's beautiful inside. Thank you.
Yeah, are you looking for
Welcome.
anything in particular today?
Well, I'm glad you asked. I recently got a new hat, and well, I loved my old hat so much, but it was time, you know?
I want to say that, are you really talking about a hat?
Is this a metaphor for something more?
You got me.
Tell us what's really going on. And may we ask your name, sir?
Of course. My name is Misael.
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 Okay. Sure. Absolutely.
Misael.
Oh, Misael.
Misael.
Right.
Interesting. I have not heard that name before.
It's easier when I... What are your names?
What are our names?
This is Johnny Q.
The
Janitor.
gentleman with the mop and the
Yes.
striking features, yes.
Absolutely. Today, my name is Rebecca.
Rebecca.
You can call me Rebecca today.
Rebecca.
Yes.
And you can call me Sleeve.
Sleeve.
Sleeve. That was my gang name. Sleeve.
How did you get such a name?
Well,
Sounds dangerous.
The boys were always challenging me to do something crazy. So every person that I came across and tried to mug, I would take trophies and I would take their sleeves. But unfortunately, I was really bad at it, so I never got any money or wallets or cars. But I always got sleeves.
Life has twists and turns, Sleeve.
Yeah,
And,
it's rough. It's a rough world.
It's good to see you on this different side of your life.
Thank
Not
you.
being mugged by you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Melissa, a missile. Missile?
Misael.
Missile. Okay.
There's an emphasis.
Can I just call you May?
Can we call you M?
Yeah, M's good. Anyway, M,
Okay.
tell us, please, about your hat. I want to know more about the hat.
Well, this hat I had for a very long time, and it was my favorite, and I loved it very much. But unfortunately, my hat became very, very sick, and I have trouble talking about it. And when I do talk about it, it tends to bring the room down a lot.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah, it absolutely
Like a
has.
lot.
Yeah,
It's
it's tragic, that hat.
not
Well,
a good vibe.
but you're in here because you wanted to watch something, right? Bring you up a little, maybe change the mood for you.
I think, yes. I think it's time that I find some way to cheer up. I think it's been long enough, and I should move on.
Get yourself a new hat.
I have a new hat, as you can see.
Yeah.
It's a new hat.
Oh, yeah. It's not a metaphorical hat at all.
No,
real.
This is a real hat.
Yeah,
This is a new hat.
lovely.
But metaphorically speaking, I am in need of a new hat. I think the metaphors have gone a little. Look, I'm looking for a movie to cheer me up, is what I'm trying to say.
So I
Sleep.
think, because of hats, I think that I'm thinking of a movie. It's random. It's the holidays. There was a movie with some hats in it and some fanciness, and a movie with twists and turns, and a movie that
And about switching hats?
yes,
switching hats.
switching hats,
Trading?
perhaps. Yes.
Even trading places.
So maybe getting out of your ordinary grind and switching it around and looking for new perspective from a new point of view is what you need.
I think you need to see the movie Trading Places. It's a 1984 classic.
I think it's 83 actually. But
Okay,
I thought
sure.
84 too.
All right, early 80s.
Okay.
But it's a classic. It stars Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd.
Oh, I
both,
love them.
Yeah, both of like early SNL fame, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so in Trading Places, it's sort of what would you say? Comment on class. Have you seen Trading Places?
I have seen a movie with two young twins who try to have their parents meet up. One of them, even though they look identical, they're from two different families, and they.
Parent Trap.
This sounds like Parent Trap.
Okay, so then no.
Okay.
I have not seen.
All right. Yeah.
So this has got, since it's the 80s, it's got economics and the stock market and opulence and poverty. It's got comedic shenanigans.
Is Chevy Chase in this film?
He's not.
He's
Thank
not.
goodness.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the bullet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would have been terrible.
I really want to comment on the fact that I think that Eddie Murphy somewhere, Johnny Q and I were talking about this recently. Eddie Murphy really, he gave up on his bigger aspirations or something. He stopped getting cast in roles that like made him an actor, right? Like he did all this goofy shit. Like he was doing clown stuff. What was the
Nutty Professor,
Yeah.
Haunted Mansion. He
Yeah.
started doing Disney movies.
Pluto Nash, Norbit.
Yeah.
yeah, and,
Bad stuff.
And in the 80s, he was like the hottest ticket
right,
in Hollywood.
Yeah.
and it's just
Well, I mean, the Nutty Professor was good. It was really good, but it was like.
but it was
like,
goofball.
It's not 80s anymore.
Yeah.
He did that haunted house movie too, I believe.
The Haunted Mansion,
Yeah.
the
The
Disney,
Haunted Mansion,
yeah,
the
that's
Disney.
yeah, and that's terrible. In this movie, he's got some really good opportunities to be an actor, and he is an actor in this movie. Not to go down a rabbit hole with this, but I'm going to. Bowfinger is one of his most underrated movies. He does play 2 characters in that movie, which we were talking about, but he is so good in that movie, but we're not talking about that movie.
I've never seen Bowfinger.
Oh my gosh, we'll have to talk about that some other
should
time.
See that.
You'll rent that when you come back.
May I drink this?
Oh, of course, absolutely. Yeah,
What
the mayor
is
left
this?
that here.
It's
You might
Santa's
have,
Tropical Vacation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smells
you might have
delightful.
cooties, but
Yeah, it's all right. Well, we got hand sanitizer.
sorry about that.
So Trading Places is the quintessential. I think I say this every week. I do, but it all seems so 80s.
We have a lot of solid 80s movies, man, you know? I mean, look, yeah, it's a great film about 2 guys who are from opposite ends of town with opposite lives, and then they are basically tricked and, you know, tricked into
science experiment.
Yeah, into a science experiment.
So wait,
manipulated into an experiment.
It's like My Fair Lady, sort of.
Right.
They're these old geezers. Like, I say geezers because they're definitely the villains, right? So the villains are these old white guys. And
Old, rich, racist white guys.
yeah, like it's definitely about class and race, and they're all in this fancy club in Philadelphia, and they establish early on that it's about the stock market. For sure.
Oh,
and that's how they're making their money. Right, exactly. Like, it's a comedy. What are they bringing in the stock market for?
There's
Gobbledygook.
nothing funnier than the stock market.
Yeah, it's
It's a
true.
play on the title, trading,
Yeah.
trading places.
Yeah, good job.
Trading stock.
Yeah. So they talk about some confusing futures, and Dan Aykroyd is this like fancy pants with his fur jacket, and Eddie Murphy's this poor home unhoused person. He's a bum in the park. He's a bum in the park that's grifting people like he's a vet, like he's a war vet, and he has no legs.
Right.
And he really does have legs.
I did something similar with insurance in the 70s, so
Yeah, I think it was a thing.
yeah.
So,
that's interesting. See, Sleeve, we both have checkered pasts.
I see that. I see that. Don't we all?
yeah, including Eddie
crazy?
Murphy. So he runs into
I'm sorry.
So good. So good.
I can't stop drinking it, but also that.
So he runs into Dan Aykroyd,
It's an accident on the street, and they think he's trying to steal the
but bring
payroll.
back in race and everything. They blame it on the black man, like he's stealing the briefcase, and there's a chase
It's a
scene.
lot of white
and-
privilege happening.
Yeah,
but it's
it
funny.
is.
It's madcap. It's romps.
But it's definitely saying something about race and class while also being hysterical. Because Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd. So they chase each other around. He gets arrested, and the old geezers decide to bet each other that they can turn Eddie Murphy's character into. They can get him to like be a rich guy and not blow it all.
One of them
Like
thinks
Dan
that
Aykroyd's character.
yeah,
They're trading places.
places. They think that this one of the brothers thinks that this guy can do exactly what our prodigal son can do, because he can just do it because of his environment, and it's just the circumstances that he was put in. And the other guy's like, no, it's like racehorses. It's in the blood. You either have it or you don't. So they
It's
make
very
a
My
bet.
Fair Lady, right? So
Yeah.
this is the whole thing about, can we turn this unpolished gem into something greater?
Right.
And why? And they make Dan Aykroyd's character broke. They take away all his money. They make him a criminal.
Like Life Stinks, the Mel Brooks film.
Oh,
But way before Life Stinks. But yes,
was
sort
it?
of. Yeah.
No.
Yes, Life Stinks was in '90, I think.
Oh, was
I think
it?
it was, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, nothing's new again, I guess.
It's still funny.
It
Well,
is
I
funny.
think it
Oh,
sounds-
Life Stinks is the one with hot shoe, where he's Mel Brooks is on the streets and he's like doing the dance, like the
That's
kid
it.
was doing the dance. He's a hot
the
shoe,
one.
hot shoe. It's so dumb. It's the dumbest
It's
thing.
incredibly dumb.
Oh my god! But it's like the image I get of Mel Brooks sometimes. It's either that or "May the Schwartz be with you." Those are my two images of Mel
I
Brooks.
get
Great
high
lines.
anxiety.
Oh.
I get Mel Brooks getting stabbed by a newspaper in the shower, a la Psycho, and I get Mel Brooks running away from bird poop in the park, a la The Birds. And both of especially the bird scene, I swear, when I was a kid, I think I pissed myself. It was so funny.
I always think Robin Hood Men in Tights. That was
Wow.
a pivotal film for me with
All
Mel
right.
Brooks. I don't know why, as the giving the circumcision.
Wow.
Okay.
Ouch.
Okay.
I'm
Talk about checkered past.
not a cinephile, but
Oh no, that's what.
still enjoy Men in Tights.
That's why you're here. It's okay.
Thank you, Rebecca. Rebecca, you have such a incredible insight into film.
I know. I get it from these two idiots.
Hmm.
That's from working here all day.
What brought you to join this film industry?
We inherited this place from our great great uncle.
Oh,
So we just
delightful.
grew to love video.
Yeah, and love film, and it's been a labor of love. We just love coming in now. It was a pain at first, but now we just look around, and it's great to be around all the posters and the things you can touch and see and taste and smell, unfortunately.
Oh, taste and smell? Well, you don't have to talk about that.
Lots of smells here.
Lots of smells, yeah. On the way here, too.
This film sounds like it could lift my spirits. I feel like it could help me.
I think it would. I think it could be
Earthquake.
great. You know, there's a lot of just loony shenanigans that go on, and it's really poignant at times. Oh,
Mildred, hello.
Hi,
Excuse us.
dolls. Hello. How is everybody today?
Oh, we're doing good. We're doing good.
Oh, that's sweet, dear. That's sweet. Oh, yeah, I came back to return the movie from last week. I don't know. It was a little weird. I just didn't kind of understand the concept, you know, and my grandson, God bless him, he caught me watching it, and he just lost his little mind. And I don't know why. You know, but sometimes it's like that, you know. Sometimes it's what I'm wearing, or I smell weird, like mothballs or something.
And he freaks out?
And he freaks. So I didn't know if it was me or if it was the movie I was watching. But here you go, doll. It was called Backdoor Brawlers.
I see you rewound it. Thank you.
Of
We
course,
appreciate
of
it.
course. So I'm just here to get out of the house. You know, he's got his games and all his friends come over. So I figured, you know, I'd give them their space. Those kids, they like their space.
Well, Mildred, you look like someone who really enjoyed the 80s. You had a good time in the 80s, didn't
Oh,
you?
I had a great time in the 80s. It was wonderful.
Well,
and
I-
now I am 80, so I'm still having good times.
Yes, you are. Well, I think you should definitely head back to the back room. We have some wonderful 80s titles back there, prominently displayed on the end cap for you.
Okay, I'll go give it a shot. You know, the back room's kind of weird. They're not like the movies that came out when I was young. But, you know, I'll check it out because, you know, you always got to try something once.
Well, we're definitely going to broaden your horizons. That's
Oh,
what
I
we're
hope-
here for, Mildred.
I hope so, doll. That's wonderful. Okay, I'll see you two later. Okay.
Oh, one of our regulars.
What a fine woman.
She really is. She really is. I feel sorry for her that she has to live with that deadbeat grandson of hers, but we all have our burdens, don't we?
Is she going to the back room is there back, what's back there? Is that?
so there's an old back room where there's more interesting
Adult
selections.
titles. They're adult titles.
Ah,
She's an
yes,
adult.
yes, of course, of course.
So we send her back to the adult titles.
She doesn't seem to mind so far, but I don't know if she understands what they are, but that's, you know.
I think it's great. I really do. Because she's not going to live forever, right? So might as well show her what
Sorry,
life's about.
Hit a sore subject there. I'm sorry.
No,
about
you
your
just
hat.
reminded me of. No, I should come clean. Reminded me of Goldie.
Is that your scarf?
Oh, my sweet girl. No, Goldie wasn't a scarf. Goldie wasn't a piece of clothing. No, she was so much more.
A dog.
What?
Oh, I thought we were guessing.
What? No.
Oh.
Dog. No, she was my sweet Goldie.
Car?
My
Is that
sweet.
a car?
What?
Oh, no, never mind. I'm sorry. Again.
Who names a
Fish.
car?
Oh, right.
She is a fish.
Wow, Johnny Q. Johnny Q.
Come on, guys.
Did you really?
I didn't think I had to spell it out, but yes.
Sorry.
And no, it's not your fault. I come to you with these awful room-killing, vibe-killing scenarios. I apologize. No, it's...
Do you know what'll make you feel better?
Yes.
A mostly naked Jamie Lee Curtis,
Go on.
right?
Yes, it's a wonderful
the
piece of
backpack?
cinema.
No, this is in Trading Places.
This is in
the
Trading
movie
Places?
we're
Yes.
talking about.
Yes.
PG
Yes.
movie.
PG. Was there pink nips?
Oh, there was all of it.
Oh, wow. See, I must have been sleeping during that bit.
If it's anything like how I reacted at True Lies, then I can only imagine.
Okay.
It's like True Lies, except you see boobs.
Except you see all of the boobs.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure Arnold Schwarzenegger took his shirt off at some point in True Lies.
Oh, that's
so
true. That is true. You did see Arnold's boobs.
Just saying.
Jamie Lee Curtis wearing awkward 80s lingerie in this movie, like cotton panties.
Well, I mean, she is a prostitute.
Up to her ribs, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Yep. Firmly in 1980.
That's in my wheelhouse for sure.
It makes your legs look longer, but she has big old long legs anyway, so I don't understand that. It is. It's a trick to make your... And I'm very mad that it's a style that did not stick around because my legs could use some elongating.
So how'd she come into the movie?
Oh, yeah. So Jamie Lee Curtis is a prostitute.
Ah.
I know. She's a prostitute that gets talked into basically framing Dan Aykroyd's character as the criminal.
In the process of setting this guy up as a criminal, that he gets humiliated in his club and made to look like a thief, and then they take away his credit cards and his bank account, and his bank doesn't want to have anything to do with him. Anyway, he gets bailed out of prison, and his fiance comes to get him, and the bad guy that set him up pays Jamie Lee Curtis, who's a prostitute, to go up and act like a drug addict and needs the heroin that he's selling right in front of his fiance. So it really kind of just drives the dagger in. And she feels bad because she kind of helped ruin his life. So she
takes him into
takes
her
him.
like prostitute, cute little apartment.
Her prostitute lair.
Yeah, her lair. He has to go live in her little 1-bedroom apartment in Philadelphia instead of his lavish townhouse. And he learns the meaning of Christmas.
A prostitute with a
Heart of gold?
Heart of gold.
Yes. Yes. Not a fish,
Absolutely.
though. Not
Just
a
like my
goldfish. No. So she is really good. I think this is one of my favorite Jamie Lee Curtis.
She's always kind of good.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the other Halloween movies other than 1 and 2
Yeah.
and 3, but
It's another story. That's another story.
I know. But she's always good.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is. I guess I just forget that she's good because I don't know why. I don't know.
Yogurt commercials?
No. I don't know why. Like that short hairdo that she always has, I think that it just freaks me out, and I don't want to give her credit because her head is weird looking.
Is it jealousy you're feeling?
No, it's like weird disgust, but also like I want to stare at it.
That's jealousy. That
She got
sounds like-
a tiny head. I don't want a tiny head. She got great boobs. I could see being jealous of the boobs, but not of her weird shaped head.
I heard that she was very good in the newest Halloween movie, but
Those
but that
movies
was
are
the only
garbage.
thing that was good about the movie.
Yeah,
so
those
I
movies
think-
are garbage. And she's not really even in the one that was before this last one.
She was
The
in the
second-
hospital bed the whole time.
Yeah, the
anyway,
second.
so by the way, this movie, she was nominated for Best Supporting Actress for the British Academy of Film Awards at BAFTA.
Yeah.
And Denholm Elliott was also nominated for Best Supporting Actor. He is Professor Brody from the Indiana Jones franchise, and he's in this movie.
Yeah, he plays a
fantastic.
butler. He's so good. He steals every scene he's in.
Very good.
He steals every scene that he's in.
And it was also nominated for Best Screenplay for the BAFTAs. And the Best Music for the Academy Awards because we're idiots.
Yeah, we don't know how to recognize comedy, really. Like, the Academy Awards do not have a funny bone. You
Were
know?
there any songs, or was it just
I think
Trading
it was,
Places.
I think it was just the music, like the score.
okay?
Which is a good score. I mean, I can still hear it in my head.
So there
Elmer
are no
Bernstein-
songs in the movie. It's all
It's not like
Score.
Ghostbusters, right?
Yeah.
Who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters.
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah. So, oh yeah. So he loses his mind. Poor Dan Aykroyd loses his mind. Right? He's got no money. He's got no friends. He doesn't know how to make a living. He wants to get money for his expensive watch. They won't give it to him. He gets a gun. He's gonna go and show those white people what's up, even though he's white. He's going back to get
he
revenge
gets
on those
reduced
people.
to a pure criminal.
and
They've turned him into a criminal.
Yeah,
The
they have
experiment has
succeeded.
proven. Yeah.
They have succeeded, and he tries to break into their fancy Christmas party, and he tries
See, it's
to.
a Christmas movie.
Yeah, see, he's dressed as a drunken Santa Claus with a gun. It's great. He plants drugs in Eddie Murphy's desks, and he tries to get him arrested.
Because they see each other. Okay, so they see each other at some point. Now, Eddie Murphy's like high class. He's got all cleaned up, and he's the businessman. And Dan Aykroyd's now the bum. And they see each other like in Philadelphia traffic one day, and they lock eyes like, oh shit, right? They recognize each other from the shakedown earlier.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So now Dan Aykroyd thinks that Eddie Murphy's character did this to him on purpose. So
he's gonna get him.
yeah. So he's coming back for revenge
But
on
his
Eddie
plan
Murphy.
falls apart, and he's ousted in the Christmas party, but not before he steals an entire smoked salmon and some booze, and he gets ridiculously drunk.
And
Very
meanwhile,
humorous.
Eddie Murphy's in the bathroom and overhears the two white dudes talk about how they would never actually let a black guy run their company.
Except they don't say black guy because they're racist.
Yeah, like they are real villains.
Yeah.
And Eddie Murphy overhears it, and they said, oh, yeah, so, you won the bet. Because they bet at the beginning, right? And they said, well, what do you want to bet? At the beginning, they said
They
this.
said
I bet
the usual.
They said the usual, right?
So
The
this is
usual
millions-
amount.
millions
The
of
usual
dollars.
amount.
Sure, I'm sure
So-
millions of dollars for.
Those guys, right?
They
Those
shake
guys,
their
sure.
hands and they say, oh, here you go. You won fair and square. And he takes out $1 and he gives him the $1.
Because rich people are cheap.
Because rich people don't even, it doesn't matter.
I find it interesting that the Eddie Murphy character and the Dan Aykroyd character entered into class warfare against each other, when in reality it was the elite class that was pulling this.
It was
This is-
pulling the
I told you it's
strings
a statement on
all
classism.
along. It's deep. It's very
I
deep.
feel very upset right now. I really hope that. I hope this movie has a good conclusion.
It
Well, it's
does.
a good thing you brought that up because it might. It just might.
Well, it gets real confusing for a little while first because they
Yeah.
got to go back to the whole
There's-
trading bit of things with the
There's
stock
stocks
market.
and bonds and gorillas and weird Happy New Year's and
And there's a young Al Franken. A young Al
Yes, a
Franken
young Al
makes an
Franken.
appearance.
Al Franken, I like him.
Yeah,
It was the decade of Al Franken.
it was.
It
It
was.
really was. He had a nice head of hair. He had a big, nice head of hair.
Sort of does.
Yeah.
For an old dude.
Yeah.
there's a lot of good character actors you're going to see in this movie. We saw the Walsh's dad from Beverly Hills 90210
That's right.
as a sheriff's prison guard. Frank Oz, the director of Bowfinger, is in there as one of the cops who finds the PCP angel dust on Dan Aykroyd's
funny.
person.
He also played Miss Piggy.
He was Miss
and
Piggy.
Yoda.
Yoda.
He's so
Right.
knowledgeable. Why is he just a janitor? He should.
He's not.
It's like Yoda.
I watch
Oh.
the movies when they're on.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Sweeping up.
Don't blow up his head too much.
Oh.
But Giancarlo Esposito, who played one of the chicken guy in Breaking Bad, and a bunch of other.
He's a character actor.
He's a character actor in this. He's in the
Yeah.
background.
Yes.
I don't
Wow.
even think he has a speaking role. He's just sitting there, and I'm like, I know who that is.
Oh my God, it's so funny. There's one scene where Eddie Murphy's in jail and they have like the drunk tank full of like criminals. And there's obviously like, they're like ex-football players or maybe wrestlers. They're big,
Big, right.
huge black guys. And one of them has some like, I say that because he makes a joke about him looking like Al Green or who sings all
Barry White.
Barry White.
You wouldn't know that because you're a big Barry White looking motherfucker. Now get off my back.
Exactly. It's so funny. So they both, like, one of them just keeps going, yeah. Yeah. Like, that's all he says. You're talking about somebody not
So
saying words. It's
funny.
just so funny because they're obviously, like, from some other
Characters,
industry.
man.
They were obviously athletes of some sort or something that they just gave them these speaking lines. It's funny. It's, like, stupid shit like that. So, Eddie Murphy overhears it. He decides to go and find Dan Aykroyd's character and tell him what's really happening and that it's really the higher up muckety muck old white dudes who fucked them both and they're going to get them back. So they figure out what they're doing, which is illegal insider trading. It's insider trading.
Like futures trading?
Yeah. But it
That's
was
illegal.
now, but I don't think it was
Yeah,
then.
it
Was
back
it?
then.
Because
Well-
they just openly were like sharing insider trading secrets. Like they were.
It's Hollywood.
Yeah, okay.
I'm sure the elite class isn't doing anything like that now, but I'm sure they did.
Yeah,
doubt it.
Martha
But
Stewart went to
nowadays-
jail for it. Okay, they had to throw somebody under the bus. Might as well be a woman. So
Wow. Ouch.
whatever.
Give her street cred with Snoop.
That's right.
She didn't snitch.
Exactly.
Rebecca, you're so knowledgeable.
I try. So they figure out what's happening, and there's this big, huge, like 20-minute scene at the end of the movie where they switch these briefcases.
They come up with a plan, right?
Yeah, they
to
come up.
get revenge.
Yeah. So it's this big,
revenge.
complicated 80s revenge plot that it switches what these old dudes are thinking are going to make in money, and they are going to make the money,
the same
and the
guy-
old dudes are going to go broke.
The same guy they paid to set up Dan Aykroyd is also getting insider information for them so they can corner the market and make a killing.
Ah.
Yes.
I
And it was
that.
like agricultural reports.
Yes,
from
it was
Florida?
Frozen
It's like
orange
It's a
juice.
Florida
Like
twist.
a Florida
to it.
connection.
Yeah, but it's because they keep talking
The
about
frozen orange juice market.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Because
Huge in the 80s.
It was big.
Is
they
that
had some
still
good
something
PR.
now that
I
is
don't know.
traded heavily on the stock market?
I
It'd
don't
be
know.
good to find out.
And one of the beginning scenes, they're in the Rolls Royce, and they have like one of those old computers with screens in the Rolls Royce, and it's real time stock market information in like the green
Cutting
8-bit
edge
or
technology.
whatever.
Yeah.
They pay so much for that
Yeah.
service. Oh my God.
Oh my god. And he starts at one point. He starts adding up what they're making or something, and he's the old guy in the Rolls Royce, and he's doing the calculator, and it's a calculator, and I thought it was a phone at first, right? I think he has the car phone in his hand, and he's dialing the back of the car phone, but then I realized it's the calculator, and he's just going like, he's just like pounding the buttons on the calculator, and he's like, those are huge sums of money. He like didn't even fake it.
Steve Colbert does it.
Yeah, right, exactly. That's the motion I do when I talk about the keyboard. I just like make a Muppet motion on the keyboard.
Are there Muppets in this film?
I wish.
No.
Oh.
Sort of.
Oh.
Oh.
So I saw this movie as a very young man of like 4 and was I had always thought that the two main old villains reminded me of Waldorf and Statler.
Yeah. Sure.
From the Muppet Show.
I agree with
the
that
old
one.
guys.
Yes, I know who they
Absolutely.
are. Yeah.
And then when I found out Frank Oz was the director just recently, I was like, it all makes sense.
Well, he's not the director.
pieces-
He's just an actor in it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's John Landis is the director. But
I-
Frank Oz is a director.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I saw a.
But yes, it's kind of awesome.
They're
That's
all
kind of
they're
awesome.
all friends, right?
Yeah, they're all
swimming
friends,
in the
man.
same pool.
I saw a film with Eddie Murphy, and there were two gentlemen, as you describe, but they were in a pile of garbage. They were homeless, and I never understood that.
Well, you might understand it now if you were to watch, because I believe you're talking about Coming to America.
Yes, you are
Yes,
coming.
yes.
Yes. Yes.
And that was a nice little throwback, a nice little callback to Statler and Waldorf. Of
Are
And
they the
those
same-
are the same people
yeah,
from
the
this.
same guys. Yes.
Yes.
So what I saw was like so this is
What
like a
happens to
prequel.
them.
This is the prequel.
Ah.
That's right. This is a prequel to Coming to America. Absolutely.
but only for those
That's-
characters.
So coming to America is in the Trading Places universe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Easy.
Isn't
Yeah.
that wild?
Think about that.
So
yeah.
yes, Trading Places is in that universe and shares so many of the same actors, or just a couple. So there's a scene, it's like a 20-minute scene towards the end where they're on the stock exchange floor.
Ah.
And there's pieces of paper, right? Like 1980 stock exchange.
Sure.
And
Lot of yelling.
telephones
Lot of
and
yelling.
waving of papers.
I think it's still like that.
Even with the papers, they don't
I
use
think
like
so.
They don't
Wow.
use like their
I
watches.
don't.
they want to have a paper trail of all the
I
things
don't
happening.
think they do trade like that
No?
anymore. I don't believe so.
Okay.
I read the headline of an article with a picture.
I do that.
It's true.
Yeah.
And they said that there's one country that still trades that way, but I don't remember what it said.
Myanmar.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Because it's something you said.
What do you got against the Marcoses?
The Marcoses. No.
I know.
But it's a thoroughly confusing and an exhilarating last scene. Don't understand a bit of it.
The good guys come out on top. No, it's total gobbledygook. It is gobbledygook.
It's like a Rube Goldberg revenge plot. Like there's all these parts and pieces.
It all comes together in the end.
Dan Aykroyd in blackface, which is very uncomfortable.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
that's right.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, he was Jamaican. Oh, so they tricked the guy.
They try to switch his briefcase that he has the insider information for. They try to steal his briefcase, so they try to pull the old briefcase switcheroo, but
And
they're
they're
not
on
really.
a train. They're on an Amtrak.
Yeah, like spies, but they're not really good at it. So they all dress up in crazy disguises. It's pretty, and it's
Jamie Lee Curtis is dressed as like in Lederhosen as a like Heidi looking, like with her braids.
St. Pauli girl kind
Kind
of.
of hot.
Yeah, no, obviously they dressed her like that for a reason.
It sounds like that was a formative image for you at that age.
It's a 4-year-old.
Well, and so Dan Aykroyd comes in with like the Rasta hat with the dreads, and he is
In blackface.
Blackface.
But what makes it funny is obviously his what makes it funny is his character. His character is doing it, not Dan Aykroyd. Dan Aykroyd's character is doing it. But what's funny about it is his shirt. His shirt is really low, so you can see the ring of the makeup.
The line of
And
around.
when
It's so hilarious.
when he gets his hat taken off, you see the line around where he just did the blackface, like to the.
he just kind of phoned it in.
It's honestly, it's kind of like ladies today, where you see their neck.
Oh
and
yeah.
It's like totally different skin
Yeah.
than their face.
Yeah, exactly.
I think some of the mayor's friends are out there.
Yeah,
I know.
the mayor's friends are walking
The
by.
mayor's friends are walking by.
It's crazy.
what a rowdy,
Yeah.
what a rowdy bunch.
It
I
is
know.
a rowdy
What a,
bunch.
what a fun group.
Hopefully he's not listening to our show as he rants and walks by.
Yeah, well, we're just the last video store on the left. We don't need this kind of publicity. Mayor, you need to rein your friends in.
His name's Jimmy. He's got a screw loose.
I know some Jimmies with a screw loose. I'm just kidding. I only know a couple Jims.
I want to say I am so appreciative that you've explained the film to me in detail because I personally
That
Would-
sounds sarcastic,
You
Melissa.
don't know if they succeed.
Misai.
Oh, Misael. Sorry.
Rebecca, I want you to know, Sleeve. I want you to know I am so excited about this film.
It's
I
great.
am, and that you explaining it actually did help me want to listen. Oh, hang on a second. My phone is ringing. It might be the doctor. Hang on. Hello? Yes? Yes? She is? Thank you. That was the surgeon. Goldie's going to be okay.
Wow, that's great.
That's remarkable.
I didn't
that
realize
was-
a surgeon, huh? That's
Yes,
Tiny tools.
I didn't expect it. It was a very
underwater.
yes, a completely underwater surgery. It was done in her tank so that she felt comfortable.
Tiniest tools ever.
It's I honestly didn't think I didn't have a chance. I left the hospital. I walked and I walked and I walked until I came here, and met you, fine people. Oh, now I still want to watch this film though, even though I know she's gonna pull through.
You should definitely want to watch this film because it'll make her feel better.
Well, I don't know about Dan Aykroyd in blackface though.
It's
Did
only
Eddie
a brief
Murphy sign
scene.
off on this?
Of course, Eddie
Of
Murphy
course.
signed off on
Clearly
this.
he's- Okay.
I think it was payback for Eddie Murphy's bit on SNL. when
He did
the
whiteface.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Exactly. I think it was the 80s, and he, even in this movie, he knew what they were doing. I feel like it was all satire. It was a toss up. I mean, you know what I mean? Like it was a send up.
It wasn't in bad taste. It was obviously
all
done to be
blackface is in bad
yeah,
taste.
Yeah, but it was obviously done to be ridiculous and to be,
That's what I mean too about the villains. Like the villains say some fucking fucked up shit, but they're the villains, and so you don't want to like them, and
Like
they
every
give you
movie-
reasons.
like most movies in the 80s, you probably should come with a trigger warning for some things, but
I don't know. It feels like it's very much apropos for the time then and the time now.
Nice,
yeah.
nice. Do we know what has happened to Mildred?
She's still looking around back there. I mean, she maybe she found something.
I hope so. We don't have a machine back there.
You okay? I'm fine, dear. I'm coming. She'll be right out, I guess.
Okay,
So,
that's good.
yeah.
I do highly recommend this movie. It has a happy ending. It has a little bit of hope, right? That once you're a rich guy, you can still fuck the other rich guys. But Eddie Murphy's character comes out on top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Because
That's good.
they all get money from insider
Yeah,
trading.
They pulled the switcheroo stockwise. Too.
Yeah,
Didn't
exactly.
they tank the stock or something?
They did. They tanked it on them, and so
then-
because what they did is they reversed it. They bought it all up. They tanked it, bought it all up, and then raised it, and whatever, right? Funked them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever that
He
is.
got
I have a
Too.
headache now. But
Or he
they did
tanked
something
it all,
like that.
and I don't know how that works. Someone explain the stock market to
And
me.
I just watched Wall Street too. I should have a better idea because they do that all through that movie.
I think rich people are greedy, and I think they just use that to their advantage. Sounds like. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll have to watch the film to know
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, I think that Jon Stewart actually within the last few months just proved that again recently with about the Robin Hood thing. How it just is making more rich people rich. It's not helping little guys. You're not stealing from the rich, Robin Hood. You're just making more rich people rich.
Hi, dears. I decided on a title. Maybe you could help me out. It's called The Wives Trading Places.
Wives?
It sounds interesting. Is that what the Bette Midler? She was in one of those wives movies. I don't know, but I might give it a shot.
Sounds good. Sounds like it could be a decent viewing.
I hope so, doll. I hope so. It'll be nice. And after that last movie, my grandson, God bless him, and his friends, they were weird, freaked out about it. So maybe this will kind of help them kind of just, settle back into the games.
I think your grandson needs to just get over himself. He lives in your house.
He's 13.
Oh.
Well, boys will be boys, and he likes playing his online stuff with the fellas, and I understand that.
I guess I was dyslexic. I thought he was 31. My fault. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Well, I have a couple of grandsons, so, you're not far off, doll. I got around back in the day, in my time, in the 80s, or the 70s, but it's okay.
Well, you look good. You look good, my friend.
Okay, well, I'm going to get this, and I'm going to get out of your hair, okay? You guys be well, and I'll see you some other time, okay?
Enjoy it. Bye, Mildred.
Bye, doll.
Oh, yeah. Her grandson's never going to be okay. He's never going to be okay. I really thought we were dealing with an adult man here. I had no idea he was so young.
Well, she's got a couple of grandkids, so maybe
What are we doing to this family?
I don't know.
Next
It's
time
not our problem.
I'm sending her to the mystery section next
Well,
time.
when they leave our store, it's on them now.
The stickers on that movie were interestingly placed. Seemed like you couldn't really tell
Yeah.
what
I think
was going on. The
legally they had to do that. I think.
It's an adult movie. Yeah, fully adult. Yeah, that's why they come in the bigger plastic containers than the regular ones.
like old Disney VHS tapes.
So, yeah.
Not to be confused with, but
Right.
yes.
Yeah. It would be bad if we got those confused, right? Oh, well, here's your movie, sir.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely. You enjoy that.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, I hope that you and Goldie have a nice time. I hope she recovers well.
We'll watch it together.
That's nice. Remember
Wonderful.
to rewind it before you bring it back.
Of course. I'm not an animal.
Okay, that's nice of you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Melissa.
Misael.
Misael.
Rebecca, Sleeve, insanely attractive janitor. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Good night.
Night.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, can you see out the window? Look out the window. The
No.
natives are getting restless.
It is weird tonight.
It really is weird tonight. I think we need to just shut down. I think we need to just close the store and get out of here.
All right, that's fine. I mean, we were working too hard anyway.
I agree. Oh, wait. Is the mayor still here?
He's probably passed out back there.
Do we just leave him in here?
Oh God, I'm sorry, guys. It was a rough night. Oh, just kind of shut my eyes for a second and rest him. Hey, have you seen my friend around? He was pushing the cart, and I think you might have been angry at me because I left him high and dry. I'm gonna go look for him outside. You guys stay cool.
Thanks, Mayor. Thanks.
All right.
Bye. Oh, well, another day in the books, Johnny Q.
Another.
We gotta get out of here. Let's lock this place up. Good night. Good night, Johnny.